was more interested in the tourism side of the chamber. At the time, they had a direct role with the CVV, and that was where my passion was. I worked in hotels before that. So I actually came to the chamber thinking someday I would work in the tourism industry. But instead of talking to visitors about where to go, where to eat, what restaurants, what attractions, I was attracted by many of you guys. It actually was more entertaining and more enjoyable to talk to people about where their business could go for growth, where they could go to find new customers, where they should be branding, where they should be marketing, what can we do to help them. So I got in the industry that way, worked with this chamber, and as I mentioned just a second ago, Sasha, had some great time in some other communities as the president and CEO.
Love it. So after 10 years of being in the industry, what have you seen change?
You know, I think you see this entire industry is evolving. At it. 10 years ago when I first got into it, the chamber's big social media push was a Facebook page with about 700 people liking the page. That was our way into it. Over time, we are evolved into where this is being recorded, to be placed on Zoom later, and not on Zoom, on YouTube later, so we can have a video library. But more importantly, what we've seen in changes is we need to be a resource for businesses. COVID and the shutdown decided that people need reliable information. And where are they going to look for that reliable information? And as an organization that represents hundreds of businesses, we need to be seen as a resource so that the businesses come. So we have changed from, we are still going to do great with networking and events, but we continue to be an ongoing resource and tap into that social media.
Love it, love that. All right, so what brought you back to Pearland?
You did, Sasha. No, actually, as I mentioned, I grew up
I paid him to say that.
I grew up in Alvin, Texas. I told him I am a Dolphin. I have 6 credit hours from Alvin Community College. So I am an alumnus of ACC, English 1 and English 2. But I grew up in Alvin, and you know, as much as we were excited to pursue career opportunities and spend a couple of years in East Texas, and then to live in Georgetown, Texas, with the most beautiful town square, this is home for us. And we have grandparents in the area, that's the short area, but just because families in the area, they come here and be a part of an organization that can draw you guys out, that has relationships, was the icing on the cake. Be with family, and to also be a part of an organization that is at a transition period, and to be a part of that transition and change and lead this organization for the next 19, 20, 30 years and see where we can go, attracted me back to Pearland, Texas. Well, though I grew up in Alvin, Pearland is home.
It's close.
Yeah.
And as you can see, we're all glad that you're back.
Thank you.
So people have their own ideas of what the chamber is, right? So what is yours, and how would you describe that?
Yeah, I challenge with this all the time. What is a chamber of commerce? You know, you go back hundreds of years and why we were formed. We were formed in France because ship merchants needed to dredge a channel to make it deeper. Deeper channels mean bigger boats. More boats mean more commerce and trade. That's why we were established. It wasn't established for parades and pageants. It was to be a conveyor, a catalyst for growth. So, you know, I just start off with that story to say, why do we exist, Sasha? We exist to help business. That's the most simple thing we do at the top level. You guys drive our programs. You drive what we need to do. And we have to listen to that. I hate to say it, you're going to get surveyed from us. Within the next couple of days, you're going to get a survey about this luncheon today. From everything from, did it meet your expectations? How was the food? How was registration? And your overall satisfaction with the chamber. Those things will help us drive. And you're going to say, Jim, I get lots of surveys. Fill them out. We want to hear your feedback ongoing because we want to be better for you guys. We are a good, great chamber, but we want to continue to be known as the best one in this area.
So I like the excitement in your voice. So tell us what you love about the chamber.
You know, I love one thing. I love that we help business. And it's very simple what we do. But the part of that I love is how complex that can get. It's when you're simply helping businesses, the complexity of the day. And I see Donna Rizzo with Hometown Bank, and I use this as an example. She's like, oh no, Jim. And I think about a time when we were here, and there was electronic signage. They had built a brand new bank with signage, and they wanted to use more colors and to be a little bit faster. What they needed to help wasn't as simple as calling the city up and saying, change the ordinance. It was a process which meeting with council, meeting with community development, to work with them, to show them what a change in that signage might actually be and how it can benefit our businesses. So sometimes it's really simple to help business. It might be as simple as, I need a good insurance agent. I need to know where I can advertise, what nonprofits I can support. Those are the easy ones to help. But those complexities, when you get into those very thorough, very detailed area, and then you see the success, and I drive by, and I still see the pretty colors, and I still see it changing every 2 seconds, I think it can now, it's great. And we're there. So I use that as where the enjoyment of my job, because what we do is the same for each business. We're going to help them, but it can be very complex, Sasha.
We're up to 4 colors now.
Yeah.
There you go. So, but what is it that you love about what you do, your job?
Oh, I get to visit with people every single day. All of you guys have passion. I got into this thinking I was going to talk to visitors about why they were in Pearland and what Mexican food restaurant they should go eat at. And it was more fun to talk to people like Mike Orlando when he was, coming through and talking to him about where he could go to sell energy. It was more fun to talk to people about why the signs were different in different communities, why it was changed. That's what I enjoy. And I will say, Sasha, everybody says they have an open door policy. I will truly continue, guys, to get your feedback, to come by and visit our office. We are the Commerce Center. That name was specifically chosen because we are the home of commerce and trade, and we want you guys to feel comfortable to come talk to us, provide your feedback, share your vision, because the more people we can grow, the better it is.
Great. On your presentation earlier, when you had your slide up there, you talked about